Exactly what did you see?
Something was following us.
This is the most horrific event this town has ever seen. Authorities are calling this the Valentine's Day Massacre.
When the script goes out and you guys get it, and it's a slasher film, it doesn't have like Jason Voorhees, it doesn't have Freddy Krueger, it's got some guy named Harry Warden who's like this Canadian slasher guy, you know? He's not recognized by, you know, the wider pop culture kind of phenomenon. Was that scary to you entering into a project like this? Was that ever like a kind of a consideration at all? Or?
Not for me, because, you know, I was a big fan of the horrors back in the late 70s, early 80s.
I mean, I think the mask kind of spoke for itself, you know? It wasn't necessarily like there wasn't a known person behind the mask, and I think that's what's kind of cool about the movie is you don't know who's behind the mask.
I mean, to me, Harry Warden is sitting right there beside Michael and Freddie and all those guys. I just think maybe he was sitting on the bench. We're taking him off the bench and we're playing him.
There was a period where slasher films were being very wink-wink.
Yeah.
And now this kind of goes back full circle and starts taking itself seriously again.
Yeah.
Which is great. And you were touching on the different, you know. Was that one of the most appealing things about the script when you got it, or was it kind of a chance to redo kind of this obscure kind of slasher classic?
No, I love genre movies, and I love being a part of movies that have have a strong fan base of people that love that particular genre. Like, if you look at my resume, those are usually the kind of movies that I gravitate towards. Yeah. And because I love people that are really passionate about things. And, you know, I just loved it for so many different reasons. And I thought that it was going to be a huge blessing to be a part of this new technology. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, for the nerd side of me, like, that part I was just so stoked about.
Yeah, they started this project off right. They wrote a compelling story, you know, solid story, and they developed the characters to a point where you care about these people. They're real people. And, you know, it's every horror flick has an element of campiness to it, but we tried to stay away from that as best we could.
It was a nice throwback, you know, to all those kind of cliche horror movie things.
But taking it seriously.
But taking it seriously, and then you throw the 3D aspect, and it's crazy.
Did that happen kind of later in pre-production that you guys learned it was 3D, or was that right from the get-go?
With my first conversations, it was 3D.
Oh man. I mean, those rock walls. I mean, you saw that. That's the great thing about this new 3D technology is that you look at a frame, you look at an image, and you notice that a lot of the shots are a lot wider in this movie. Everything in the frame becomes interesting.
Yeah,
it's cool.
It should be a much more explored genre.
And the pickaxe is a hell of a weapon too.
Yeah, it is a hell of a weapon. Right?